Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is going to be a review of the SVD Dragunov with little padded thingy on stock because it feels good to rest your cheek on it. So I guess you could call it a cheek rest, but it's really not. More on that later. It's a very uncomfortable stock with a super noticeable seam. Okay, more on that later though. So I guess we'll start at the front like every other review and work our way back. Front, plastic orange flash hider, very big. You can go ahead and paint it to the 1 1/4 inch that is regulation. Metal front sight, it's a nice blued finish, I like it. Metal bipod, got to be careful of these little pins in the back. These can pop out, so if you ever see them starting to come out, just push them right back in. They do hurt to push in. Yeah. You kind of not really see that. Yeah, there. Sorry, super glue on my hands. It's a nice bipod, I guess. If the pins do come out, though, it'll kind of blow up. It does fold. It's very hard to do with one hand. We'll lay that down. Try not to crush the computer. Okay. Go like that. And that little thingy just closes over it. And now I want it back out for the review. This is the hard part. I'm sorry. This gets all shaky and awful. Okay, there we go. That wasn't too bad. Moving back, metal barrel, black. This little gas tube here that leads down. That's a nice blued finish. Again, more metal. Metal sling mount. It jingles a lot. Makes a lot of noise. Actually, quite a bit. Moving back, you have your faux wood ABS plastic hand grip. It actually does kind of feel like wood. You can feel the grains in it, but it is not wood. Then you have what leads into your front sight. This little lever. It's just fun to play with. Pretty sure it doesn't serve a real function. Here's your front sight. Rear sight, actually, my bad. Sorry if I said front sight. I meant rear. Rear sight, it looks just like an AK-74 sight. This is going to be pretty awful. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see that very well at all. But yeah, this is just your standard AK-74 rear sight. Charging handle, metal, slides back kind of easily. It just takes more than one hand. You can kind of see your battery in there. That takes away from the realism, and the spring is not very strong, so it actually kind of sticks places. Either way, though, upper bit of the receiver right there. This is a pain. Also where the battery goes. I cannot believe I just did that. It just lifts right off. It comes with an 8.4 volt 1100 milliamp battery, stick type. That's the front, and that's the back. 8.4 volt. That's the biggest it'll take. As you can see, there's a little nub there that stops it from being any longer. And then I just jam all the cords right up in there. And this is a pain to get back on. You have to line that up, this little thing, up with that. And then you have to jam this literally on the wires. This is very hard. So I'll leave it off for the rest. That way I can also show you the super weak spring that is behind the charging handle. That's it right there. And of course now it's working now that I took off the upper receiver. Fire selector, metal, blued finish, yet again, just like the upper receiver. It looks very blue and shiny. And it's metal. Some kind. It doesn't really, it's not heavy enough to be steel. Like, I think that doesn't even feel like metal anymore. It is. It's not heavy enough to be steel, so it could just be cheap pot metal. Not sure. Either way. Fire selector, safe, full auto. Yes, it's a Dragunov SVD sniper rifle type marksman DMR, whatever it is. It has full auto, so if you want, you can. Did not know that was loading. I feel kind of dumb now. You can go ahead and put a drum mag in here, or just a regular 600 round, or even the Echo 1000 rounder. That'll work. Full auto and semi-auto. Too far. Okay, keep it there. Moving down, I guess. Magazine port. Right up there. That little white bit is the feeding port type thing. That's where the BBs will feed into. It's where the front of the mag locks in. Just goes up in there. And there is your mag release. Quite a strong spring, so it won't fall out on you, don't worry. It is made of metal. You just take your mag like any other AK, insert front first, then push up the rear. It'll lock right in place. It has a bit of wobble, a bit of play, however you want to say it. So that might bug some people, but it doesn't move forward and backward, only side to side. I guess it moves a little bit forward and backward, but only if you're trying to. Moving back, metal trigger guard, lower receiver, sorry, is in fact plastic. Trigger guard, the assembly for the mag release, all that, trigger, gearbox, that's all metal, so no worries there. It functions very well. I'll have to take it outside before I can do the firing test. The stock is very fragile. It is, again, made of that ABS plastic that actually, surprisingly, does feel and look kind of like wood. But I can assure you it's not. Rear sling mount right there. I would not trust it. It does feel like metal. And then the butt plate is metal. Not very comfy. But if you wanted, you can put some foam or other padding on that. Sorry. I have a light on my camera. And then this is just a little Velcro pad that I put on. Very comfy. Lay your chin on it. Uh-oh. Battery's falling out. Okay. So, yeah, that'll work. Alright. Now let's find that upper receiver. Shaking a lot because I cannot function well on my knees. That's what she said. That's not working. At all. Okay, well, that's gonna have to conclude this. I guess I'll probably put up a firing test sometime soon. So this is the Airsoft Austin in a poofy, feathered purple hat, saying adios.